Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the RockyMounts Monorail here on our 2022 Ram 1500 Classic. Now the Monorail is a platform style bike rack, which means we've got this bike held in these trays with these cradles, and this one is holding it primarily by the front wheel. That's going to mean zero frame contact, making it good for our carbon frame bikes and our alternative frame bikes. We also have a 60-pound weight capacity per bike, making it good for some of our e-bikes too, with that battery removed. Now, like other bike racks in this class, we do have the ability to tilt the rack away with the bikes loaded. That is an advantage that some platform-style racks have over something like a hanging-style rack. Unfortunately, though, in this application with our Ram, that doesn't mean we get full bed access. The tailgate can open most of the way, but at a certain point, right about here, it is going to make contact with the bike rack. Granted, it is only making contact with the parts that are plastic, so there aren't any components that should damage your vehicle or the paint in any way, but I wouldn't want to put weight on the tailgate here. I would maybe do this just to get something out of the back if we needed it, but not necessarily to sit on and change my shoes before or after a ride. If you want something that will clear, the RockyMounts guide rail does clear. It's a little bit more of a higher end bike rack, but it does work really well on the Ram here. Lifting it into place, you can hear that snap in, letting you know it's locked and ready to drive. But right here, let's go ahead and get it unloaded. We'll start with our back wheel strap. This is our secondary point of contact. We'll just press in on that button and pull out the ratcheting wheel strap. And then moving towards the front of the bike rack, with one hand on the bike, we can squeeze this blue lever, push up and out on that hook, and then we're free to just lift the bike rack off of the rack and set it to the side and get a closer look at the bike rack itself. It's really nice that you don't have a center mass to fight around. You can just kind of open that front wheel hook and freely move the bike away. I always like to fold everything down just to make sure it's secure. We can re-secure the strap on the back wheel cradle here, and you can see it does pivot to accommodate for different wheelbases. Then something I like to do is just hook this hook right behind that cradle just to make it stay in place. Now from here, let's get some measurements. At the back end, we've got about 30 inches of ground clearance, which is really impressive. It's a very good rise in the shank here on an already high off the ground hitch. So I don't think ground clearance should be any concern for us in the Ram. And then as far as how much we're adding to the back of the vehicle, we are going to be looking at about 32.5 inches to the outermost point on the rack right here. Now with the bikes unloaded though, we can fold this upright against the vehicle to save up some space, and we don't have to fully remove it from the hitch. So it's ready to go for the next time we want to ride. Right here, we're going to be adding 13.5 inches, more like 14 inches to the outermost point right here. So it's a fair bit more condensed. It sits pretty close to the vehicle with plenty of room, so we don't have to worry about contact. Now, here at the hitch, it is going to be working with a 2" by 2" receiver tube and comes with a locking anti-rattle bolt. That lock is key to like with the lock right here, where we can run our cable lock to and secure it, making sure our bikes are locked to the rack, and the rack is locked to the vehicle. That anti-rattle bolt works really well, and looking up near the top where our backup camera is, we aren't going to be obstructing it too much. You will probably see the bike rack in the camera there, but it isn't so big and large that it's going to just completely block it and remove that functionality. And overall, I think the Monorail is a really great option. It's going to hold the bikes well, it's going to work with a wide variety of bikes. My one complaint is that it doesn't work with the tailgate on our Ram here today. For that reason, I'd maybe go with the Monorail, but if you don't care about that, or if it's not a concern for you, I think it's going to be a really great, solid option. Thanks for watching.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. And finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.